Welcome to Yaka Digital Network. Take a look at these two drawings. On the left, every muscle ripple and finger is rendered, yet the pose feels frozen. On the right, a few structural strokes capture the actual mechanics of a sprint. The athlete feels ready to move because the drawing prioritizes the internal framework over the external textures. To capture that sense of life, we have to start with architectural baseline rules, beginning with the 8 heads high canon. This animated grid illustrates how the body is predictably divided into 8 equal head height sections. Underneath that silhouette, posture and movement are dictated by bony landmarks. Notice the highlighted placement of the clavicle, scapula, and pelvis. When the pelvis is tilted incorrectly or the clavicle is misplaced, the muscles attached to them won't align, regardless of how much shading you apply. Mapping these landmarks provides the logical anchor points needed for every movement that follows. Let's put this into practice by deconstructing a single dynamic pose. Here is a sketch of a Ugandan traditional dancer. When faced with complex poses, it is tempting to fall into the detail trap, trying to draw exact outlines or intricate finger positions first. Phase 1 of our 3-stage study avoids that trap by focusing on the line of action. In this vector breakdown, we capture the energy by finding the single, sweeping curve dictating the body's flow. Notice how we map weight distribution. Vector indicators show the center of gravity shifting down into the planted foot, ensuring a balanced stance. Establishing that single gesture line acts as the spine for your entire drawing. It ensures the figure has a natural flow before adding anatomical complexity. With the energy captured, we transition to phase 2. Building 3-dimensional anatomical volume on top of that established gesture. This phase solves the spatial challenge of foreshortening, where body parts appear compressed when viewed from specific angles. We visualize the body as primitive 3D shapes. We map the torso and pelvis with transparent boxes and joints with spears. Next, we clothe limbs using cylinders. By explicitly overlapping these arm cylinders, we push the upper arm back and pull the forearm forward. Constructing figures with primitive geometric forms forces you to comprehend how body parts occupy 3-dimensional space, rather than simply copying flat outlines on a page. Now that we have structural volume, Phase 3 transforms those basic shapes into realistic mass through the application of light, shadow, and tone. We map a single light source, identifying highlights and core shadows. Next, cross-contour lines, animated pencil strokes wrapping around the limb, define its roundness. Finally, notice the reflected light inside the shadow's darkest edge. This environmental bounce light adds true realism. Combining these wrapping cross-contour strokes with accurate light behavior is what transforms a flat outline into a figure with physical weight and presence. Now it is your turn to apply these rules. We have a new pose, a Ugandan farmer lifting a heavy sack. Pause the video, start your 60-second timer. Draw only the overarching line of action, followed by basic 3D cylinders and boxes to map volume. Let's check your answer. The glowing line of action sweeps cleanly from the spine down through the driving leg, capturing the lifting energy. Next, verify your volume construction. Check your transparent boxes and ensure your cylinders overlap correctly to compress the foreshortened arm. Look at how these distinct layers stack together. We move from the central line of action to the 3D primitive shapes, straight through to the fully shaded illustration of muscle mass. To ensure your sketchbook studies are consistently accurate, you can use this 3-stage checklist. Number 1, find the line of action. Number 2, clothe the gesture in 3D shapes to solve foreshortening. And number 3, wrap those shapes with cross-contour shading. Creating a sense of 3-dimensional depth on a flat page isn't about rushing to surface details. It is the result of building the figure systematically, from the inside out. Thank you for joining us. For more class videos, tutorials, and figure drawing resources, visit us at www.yaka.cc.